Good evening, my hellacious harlots, and welcome to the show for those who want to know that this world isn't all there is. Tonight we'll be ringing in the new with some terrifying stories for you. Make sure your celebratory noisemakers are rolled up tight, because the clock is about to strike midnight. I'm your ghost, Dean Dream, and this is Midnight Visitor. Welcome back to the Dream Manor, my delectable delinquents. It's an unparalleled scream to have you here with us tonight as we welcome yet another year in our vast eternity. It's just myself and my distinguished co-ghost Dustin T. Dust here tonight. There are no other guests. We don't want to share this night with other people. Isn't that right, Dustin? Oh, don't mind him. He's just getting a head start on his New Year's resolution of never speaking to me again. I guess it's payback for all the times I left my candelabra on his coffin. But it's not my fault you sleep in a box. Well, we love New Year's here at the Dream Manor, being that it's the only holiday that revolves solely around our favorite time of night. And as the old saying goes, we're going out with the old and in with the new. It's not my style, personally, but not everybody shares my unique penchant for antiques. Tonight, we'll be bringing you a couple of stories that have been gathering dust in our answering machine. But first, I thought I'd share a couple of my New Year's resolutions with you all. Resolution number 1, get out more. I would love to figure out how to actually exit the Dream Manor. See, for the last few decades, every time I try to step outside, I end up in this endless hallway full of identical doors. It's very bizarre. Resolution 2, get in shape. See, I have tried everything. But I finally sent out for an elliptical by mail. The only problem is every time I try to put my feet on the pedals, they fall through. So, I don't know, maybe bulking would help? Resolution 3, make my triumphant return to the silver screen. I have got to get Mr. DeMille on the horn. See, I'm working on my very own screenplay. It's a new version of Salome. The only problem is every time I try to call Paramount, they never call me back. It's just the darndest thing. Oh, enough about me. Sounds like it's time for our first visitor voicemail of the night.
Hello, this is my story. I hope it's not too long for the voicemail. But my mother's house, I always thought there was something weird about it, but a couple of things happened throughout the years that confirmed to me that it's most definitely haunted. She moved to this house 7 years ago, and my brothers, who are skeptics, mind you, and I'm less of one, we always felt there was something strange going on. We would hear voices during that witching hour period, 2 voices that spoke low. Their voices were very distinct, and we could hear that there was a conversation going on, but we could never make out the words. It wasn't as if there was another language being spoken. It was just knowing that they were speaking. Sometimes the voices would be right outside my brother's door at night. Sometimes they would be right outside my door. And all of us, including my mother, would smell cigar smoke occasionally throughout parts of the house, whether it was daytime or nighttime. And one night, when everybody was asleep, I was alone in the kitchen eating a midnight snack, and all of a sudden my blood ran cold, and I had no idea why, and I felt compelled to look over to the room next to the kitchen, and I just couldn't move. I was completely frozen, and what I saw there were two pairs of legs from about the knees down, and they were dancing a waltz together. So their feet and their ankles were very, very clear. I could see a pair of high-heeled shoes. I could see a pair of slacks with male dress shoes dancing. I didn't see any color, and aside from the ankles down, everything above would just fade into nothing. I was looking at it for probably no more than 5 or 10 seconds, and I was finally able to look away, and once I looked back, it was gone. I realized to my own dismay that I had to walk through that room to get back to my bed. And when I did, the air was cold, and I smelled cigar smoke, and I could hear music in my head. I told my family about it. They chalked it up to being some sort of dream. But months later, my mom called. She was asking me if I'd come to her house to pick something up. And when I told her that I was all the way in another state, she got really nervous because she told me she called her husband and my brothers before, who all said they weren't near the house. But she kept on hearing footsteps. She hung up, and then after some time, maybe an hour or so, she called me again. My mother asked me about the feet that I saw. She asked me if they looked like shadows, and I said that they didn't. And later, after pausing for a bit, she told me that as she was on the couch watching TV, she saw a tall figure that just looked like a shadow. She saw it pass by her behind the TV and then glide up the stairs. And that was all. And it was the last time any of us spoke about any sort of strange happenings in the house. And we just all have an unspoken awareness and knowledge that there's something going on there that we do not understand.
Have you ever heard of the New Year's tradition of first footing? Well, it's a little superstition that the first person to enter the home after midnight in the new year sets the tone for the year ahead. Legend has it that it's extra good luck if that person is a tall, dark-haired man. So, let's hope that Frankenstein's creature received the boudoir photos I sent him by pigeon earlier. Let's hear another story.
When I was in college, I lived for one semester in the oldest part of campus in an all-girls dorm. Rumor had it that there was a ghost, a former student who died there, and sometimes I would walk around taunting the ghost, kind of like in a way that was making fun of the ghost story itself, not so much the actual ghost, if that makes sense. Well, that semester, by fall, strange things started happening to me. So one night the doorknob broke when I was alone in my dorm room. I was locked inside for an hour or so. The campus had to call a special emergency locksmith because they couldn't figure out the doorknob. And eventually they had to unscrew the whole door. During another incident, my computer freaked out in the middle of the night. This was actually the freakier incident. It made this sound of someone pressing the wrong key on the keyboard, like when you get that short error sound, except it was over and over and over again for about a minute. And my computer was connected to little speakers at the time, so it was really loud. And the next day I looked at my computer and nothing fell on the keyboard. The only way I can work out to this day is that something was pressing a key on the keyboard and held it down or kept pressing it repeatedly for a minute. Anyways, learned my lesson. Don't taunt ghosts.
called him earlier, then this would not be a problem, but I told him that we could probably work something out for the new year, but really just those termites have got... What the hell was that?
It started right about dinner time when my boyfriend and I were cleaning up and getting ready to have people over. We kept losing things and then finding them right back in the same place after a few minutes. We thought we were just imagining it, but it kept happening over and over. It seemed like every time we needed something, it would disappear. After finally getting everything cleaned, my friend Carson arrived. He, my boyfriend, and I were sitting there watching TV, talking about nothing in particular, when my boyfriend said something and an unknown man's voice responded, "Right!" The three of us were so confused, we looked everywhere to see if our roommates had come home, but no one was there. We told them about it later, and they told us that they had been hearing the same thing since the night of the eclipse. A while later, I went to the bathroom and heard a loud cough behind my ear as I was washing my hands. All the hair on my neck stood up, and I ran out of there. No one that was there believed me until the rest of our guests showed up. I was drinking after that, and so was everyone else, except for the two designated drivers. One got there before the other, and they both said that they heard a cough when they were in the bathroom. They didn't know that I had heard it, or that the other had heard it either, so it's not hard to tell why everyone believed me after that. Nothing happened to me for the rest of the night, but in the morning when I was sobered up again, as well as everyone else was, I heard the cough again. Nothing has happened since, though. I am getting worried about the holidays and whatnot because it seems that that's the only time anything really happens around here.
Now, it's one thing to show up to my party uninvited, but if you follow me into the latrine, I will call an exorcist post-haste. Uh-oh. Looks like the ghost of passive aggression past is demanding an audience. Let's humor him, shall we?
tweet, tweet, tweet. Up piccolo feet, hear the little toy trumpets play. Tot-a-romp, play it hot, play it sweet. Santa Claus is on his way.
Well, what a year it's going to be. What fun we'll have. Here's a little toast from us to you. May you never break a mirror. May every spirit you encounter be at least marginally friendly, and may you always remember to share your stories of the strange, unusual, inexplicable, and bizarre. You can email us at midnightvisitor1984@gmail.com or call our visitor voicemail line at 475-209-2099. And as you fall asleep tonight, remember that everything in our world is an illusion, even time itself. Until next time, I'll see you in a dream.